Welcome to this unboxing video. I am Alvin, aka the Theorist, and today we'll be looking inside this box. This box happened because I went to AD to check out some new Tudors, or generally whatever they had, but it was more about the Tudors. Unfortunately, they didn't have the one I wanted to see, but the one I wanted to see wasn't necessarily the one that I would have bought. I wanted to see the cherry bomb. Let's call it the cherry bomb because it's not burgundy and it deserves a snazzier name because it is nice. Unfortunately, that wasn't available, but something else was. Let's open this box and then get into it. Fast forward. Actually, we don't need to fast forward. Wristwatch check. Proxima 369. Polar dial. Is that a clue as to what's in the box? Is that why? Because I've been leaning towards white dial watches with the Cartier and the Proxima. Is that why this happened? You guessed it. It is the Opaline. It looks bloody marvellous. It's the Tudor Black Bay Pro Opaline dial. Look at that. Now look at it some more. Ooh, it's nice. Now, everybody's been going on about how chunky this bad boy is and why didn't Tudor change the movement to the new slimline that's in the other Black Bay, which they released last year. But, as you may know, I have a skinny wrist, but it's in denial and it likes chunky watches. Not necessarily big watches as such. This is a 39mm. Okay, let's get a better look at this then. It's nice and chunky. The dial is lovely. I don't know if it captures it in this light, but it's a very pleasing shade of white. Opaline is right. It has got a slight sheen to it. We like the brushed bezel and the variation of markers and hands, shapes and sizes. The only thing I would like to see on here is an applied shield, and I would like it to be at 12 o'clock. I don't know how they'd figure that out, but I love a logo at 12. Alright, it's got the same setting mechanism as the Explorer II, and as you may or may not know, I've been umming and ahhing about whether to keep the Explorer II, and then this comes along, which will be quite a lovely replacement, even if it is a bit thick. But in general, I'm going to say that it's more wearable than Explorer II for me, because the Explorer II is at 42, quite a long watch lug to lug wise, and this at 39 is just much more wearable. I don't know if you can see that. It is chunky, there's no doubt, but it's not something I'd be bothered about, and it fits pretty well. Even though I've recently lost a bit of weight and wrist has suffered as a consequence, I think this looks alright. I've got a few chunky watches. The Zenith is quite big. The Raymond Whale is big. Maybe this is on par with the Raymond Whale for thickness. That's 14mm or thereabouts at least. But overall, this is a lovely package. And I wasn't really that interested in an Explorer II Polar dial, but maybe that's because of the size and wearability in general. For me personally, I do like these little studs on the bracelet. This has been sized for me and it works really well. Once I was supposed to be buying a Cartier, but this happened. If I find the right Cartier, I'd sell all my watches for it the way I'm feeling these days, but let's see how it goes. I'll keep this on the wrist for a few days, see how it feels. It is quite a summery watch with the white dial. It's a good look, even though it could be a winter one with a snowy dial as well, but I guess that's part of the versatility. I do prefer the orange GMT hand, but the yellow one's cool too. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I'm pleased. There aren't any for sale on eBay or on Chrono24 last time I checked, which I think was yesterday evening. If anybody wants this, I will charge you extra. Give me a shout. It's worth more because I've worn it, obviously. It's a nice piece though. Yeah, it is thick, but that doesn't bother me. And actually, I like it even more than when I bought it. Maybe the light. It wasn't daylight shining on it when I was in the AD actually. So yeah, that must have something to do with it. It's very cool. Yeah, it's not the newest movement, it's not Metas, all of that, but I think I can allow that for the price point. Our retail on this is $3,730 in GBP. It's probably around the $4,500 mark. It's quite nice indeed. Just for comparison, let's have a look at it next to the existing two Tudors in the collection. We've got the Black Bay, red bezel, burgundy apparently, but it's not, and the Tudor Glamour. You can see there is a marked difference in thickness between this and the Pro, but between the Metas certified red bezel, there isn't that much difference. Well, not noticeable anyway. I'm sure there's a few millimeters in it, but I wouldn't let that bother you too much. If you're interested but are on the fence, if you can find one, etc., it's decent. I like it. Let's see how it fares. I have to get rid of a watch, I think. I haven't bought this. Let's see which one goes. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and all of that. Have a good one.